Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, hang out with a couple nerds.
I'm Ted.
Ryan.
And today we have our weekly wrap for you guys, and well, formerly known as the Nerdy News.
Yeah.
So
formerly known as, and Rip Prince Purple Rain.
Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over everything we did last week, conveniently link it in the description below. Plus, if we have things coming up that we want to mention, it gets mentioned here. We have a game with Nerdarchy coming up at the end of the month that I'll be running.
Oh boy. So how do I get in on this? How do I make that happen?
How do we make that happen? Well, first of all, your name has to be on this list here.
Yeah.
But the question is, how do you get on that list?
Yeah.
So there's two ways. One, you give at least $1 to our Patreon account a month. That makes you eligible to game with Nerdarchy. Or for free, you sign up for the Adventurers Guild, which you get notification of how to do that through Nerdarchy, the newsletter.
Mm-hmm. How many dead cats do I have to bring you to make that happen?
Well, that's
5, 7,
zero dead cats.
What? All right. Wow.
So that
bargain.
is absolutely free. And if you happen to do both, you get 2 chances.
Yay.
Double your pleasure.
Another thing that
boy.
has been happening because of the Adventurers Guild, those people have been invited to. Also, the patrons, we have to invite you guys. We're going to invite you guys.
You will get the invite to the party.
You get the invite to the party. But you guys have received an invitation to the NAG, and that's our secret Facebook group where cool things are going on there. One, Ryan had trouble getting people for his game, filling the seats. So what did we do? We went in there and said, "Hey, any of you guys available for a game?" Yeah. 2, we have a pin post in that game, and in that pin post, what we're going to be doing is putting the names of the people that are eligible to game with Nerdarchy for that month that have been invited, so that you can reach out to us through through Facebook or email. The other thing that is also happening in the NAG is
They're playing games.
they're playing their own games.
And you get the game, and you get the game, and you get the game, and bees.
So all of those in the company of the NAG, they're setting up games, and you know that if they're there, they're loyal Nerdarchy fans, and they're watching.
They're good
videos,
people.
And
they're good people.
and everybody knows Nerdarchy fans are much cooler than anybody else's fans.
Any other fandom, yeah. So clearly,
Clearly.
there are few in number, but the look of their eyes told them that they would leave in death or victory. What's the man of word? Like man of word.
Yeah,
lyric?
Warrior's Prayer.
Yeah.
Or was it the Kings of Metal? I think it was the Kings of Metal.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that's happening. That's awesome, and I'm really happy with that. We have almost 200 people in there. We'd like to get some more people in there. You know, the steps to get in there are really easy.
Indeed.
And free for the most part.
So I'm going to list off our names.
Yeah, give me 4 players.
All right.
Please.
So the 4 players are Aaron Peliquin, and my apologies if I mangle your names. It's Bert Georginski, Stephen Quinos, and Aaron Bernard.
I think those Q&As, but you know.
Like I said, I apologize if I butcher your name.
Ted's pronunciation is like a meat grinder dungeon. You will enter and leave wholly and intact.
So, do not fret. If you are not part of the NAG and you are not on Facebook, you're going to get emails sent to whatever email address you gave us.
So the email address that you need to give us when you sign up for the newsletter
should be one you check.
Should be one that you check regularly. So if we actually send you the invite, you know how to get in on the game and you know how to actually respond.
Yeah.
So do you want me to go off the alternates?
Yeah, you can read it off the alternates.
So if
those top 4,
if one or more of those players are unable to attend, we have the alternates of Raymond Denny, Andrew Hughes, Do Stuff Z, Isaac Lorraine, Jerry Bricks, and Brennan Coué.
So, as always, we go to your emails first. That's where we look for our players first. The NAG is our last resort. You know, so we're desperate for filling some
it's
seats.
like the Minuteman militia sort of mentality of like, I got this game happening tomorrow. I need players.
Yes. You know, so I'm going to email you guys. I'm going to fill you in on the details,
like level and stuff like that.
Yeah, level, what kind of adventure we're going to be running, that kind of stuff will be
Any
in
background
there.
information.
And do you want to give the announcement of when that game's going to happen too? You have the date.
Oh yeah, I do.
You might want to say that.
The very last Sunday of this month
of May.
In
our year of our Lord 2016.
Yeah. It is the 29th.
29th. May 29th.
So we and I'm probably going to be running that game at a little bit later. I'm looking for maybe a 8 o'clock slot.
Okay.
Cool.
And that's Eastern Standard Time because that's
So
where
that's
we're at.
if anybody's in the UK, that's probably going to be a no-go for anybody else. But yeah,
It's a good possibility.
yeah,
But my last game I actually ran early in the afternoon
Yeah.
to accommodate those. That Monday's a holiday for us, so there's gonna be like barbecues and stuff happening that Sunday more than likely.
right.
Right, so you want to get it pumped back.
I want to make sure I'm thoroughly drunk by the time I sit down in front of that Google Hangout.
Yeah, yeah. Knowing you, that's not actually going to occur. Yeah,
Wah, wah, wah. Sorry guys, no drunk Dave. Maybe it could happen.
Although there have been conversations about drunk D&D.
yeah. Like in this edition of Dungeons and Douchebags. Oh boy, what were we doing?
You have to fight the snoo monsters.
Death by Snoo. Oh no!
Crushed pelvis is for everyone.
I always thought I would go out like this.
So that covers gaming with Nerdarchy, the NAG,
The newsletter.
the newsletter, pretty much. There is one thing I would like to bring up because it seems to be coming up more recently. We had discussed this in several videos, newsletter, but I understand we put out a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's hard to follow. Yes, Nate the Nerdarch is no longer with a part of Nerdarchy right now. He's only there in spirit. He had things coming up in his personal. Yeah, he didn't die. He's still alive for the love of God. He had things come up in his personal life. Some of you may or may not know, Nate the Nerdarch is a full-time stay-at-home dad, as well as he worked a part-time job, and he was doing Nerdarchy as well, and Nerdarchy doesn't pay very well.
The pay sucks, actually, and the bosses are assholes, which is
Pretty
us.
much.
Yeah.
So he had to actually he was working two part-time jobs. I'm sorry.
Right.
He did some tutoring and some other Moogle job.
Muggle.
Muggle job.
Or
yeah.
Moogle.
So he had to take on more hours to get more money. You know how it goes. Take care of the family, kids, blah blah blah. But so he just doesn't have the time for Nerdarchy right now. Unfortunately, maybe he'll come back, maybe not. We're uncertain. Well, but we're wishing Nate well, and or hopefully he gets everything straightened out. And he's got to take care of his family first.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
So
Thanks to all of you out there who have actually been asking and
the conspiracy theories, keep them coming. I want to hear more great conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then you just have you fuel for plots, you use as
we'll use it in our games.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just use them all. Yeah.
Perfect. So the newsletter, we've already mentioned that. We don't have to mention it again.
You know what I do want to mention? The Abyss is frozen over. Nerdarchy is on Snapchat. So at some point, I'll give you a thing to that you can put in the end credits or maybe the beginning. That's just the Nerdarchy Snapchat icon. You could do that. So that would be good.
Okay.
Cool.
The jellyfish looking thing.
The jellyfish. It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
Yeah, or a Pac-Man ghost. I don't know. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get that out there so you guys can check us out on Snapchat. Ryan will be doing some things.
Snapping some things. Snapping necks. Snapcats.
We also, on another note, if you would like to support Nerdarchy in a financial way and get stuff for your money, we have Nerdarchy the store.
Yep.
We have a couple ways of getting there. If you actually go to our website, there's a digital section for products that we've come up with, or you guys can go to the merchandise section, which is nerdy swag, shirts, hats, stuff like that. Thongs,
all kinds of things
shot
that
glasses.
either have
Frisbees.
our logo on it or stuff that we've
I
created.
don't know. We could look to do a frisbee.
I thought we had conversations about frisbees.
I don't know.
Yeah, we have Nerdarchy the thong, which is all that really matters to me.
Yeah, and shot glasses.
Yeah.
So with that, the other way you can support us, and for you guys that are already doing it, thank you so much.
You awesome people.
And as
You other people are
Patreon-
awesome too, but Patreon people are really cool.
They're more awesome.
They're more awesome. More awesomer.
So there's the Patreon. We just upgraded all of our reward levels. There's rewards that everything's new.
There are levels, because there was 2 levels before, and now there are more levels.
You were in or you were out.
Yeah, pretty much. Lined in the sand. You're on one side, now the other. Now
So
there's
you guys-
gradations of lines.
You guys can go and check that out. And the way it works is at the end of the month, your credit cards get charged. So basically, after that happens, then you will receive your rewards through whatever email you use for your Patreon account. Mm-hmm. So that's that, which we're really excited about. We've been working on some stuff
behind the scenes,
believe it or not. So there's that. We also have Nerdarchy the forum. A lot of great conversations going over there. When we need more GM 911s, that's where we look.
Yeah.
So good stuff. We are so close to not ever talking about this again. So close.
And yet.
DMG info.
There's gonna be like a void in our heart when this happens. Like my
Should
soul
we mention
feels so empty now.
something about Gareth? Maybe just mention it.
So, our friend Gareth has a YouTube channel which was well over 10,000 subscribers. Then he had a glitch. Lost all of his subscribers, had to start over, and then he almost gave up. He almost quit.
He almost stopped.
Yeah.
But he is now back to over 9,000.
Over 9,000.
Can you say that for like 3 days? You
No,
have to,
I can't.
Hold it.
I think that's what you said like last time too.
Guys, let's say until it's done.
Yeah.
Since we hit 9,000.
So we keep talking about it. If you don't know who DMG Info is, he makes dungeon terrain using the 2.5D system or whatever it's called. They're really awesome. They're time-elapsed footage. It's really, really great. He takes...
There's this process called editing. We don't know anything about it, but he does it, and he does it fantastically.
Wait a minute. Guys, if you saw that video that I did for our Shadowrun game, there was so much editing.
Shadowrun?
Yeah. I'm never gonna edit again.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah. I put overlays in there. I put pictures. I cut things out.
There's diagrams, X's and O's.
Yeah.
It
was
it's
crazy.
like John Madden gets on and see you got the defenseman here. You go around, there's a tackle. He doesn't run
My
out.
editing software shut down like 3 times in the middle of it.
And this is the extent of me talking about sports metaphor. Like I'm just making.
He
up
used
terms.
tackle and defense in the same sentence. He's done.
Yeah, that's it.
And X and O's, and he wasn't talking about hugs and kisses.
So,
Or maybe I was.
If you're a
Maybe I
crafter
was.
and you want to check out some awesome stuff, this is the guy to go to. If you're not, but you know someone that is, share this with them. Check out his stuff. It's awesome. And as we've said, we're going to keep talking about it until he gets his 10,000 mark.
That's it. And he's almost there. He's getting close. Way to go, Gareth. You're the man.
Cross the finish line.
Fortunately, people are still watching his videos even if they don't realize they're not subscribed anymore.
Right,
yeah.
Which is a very real possibility. Like, you could have subscribed to him ages ago, before the dark day happened, and got unsubscribed, but you still go there and look at his stuff, but you may not be a subscriber
Just
anymore.
resubscribe up for the love of Criminy.
Click that button.
Yeah, for the love of Cthulhu.
Click it so hard.
Yeah. Click it real good.
All right.
And sued by Salt and Pepper.
So we mentioned GM 911s earlier. I think.
We did.
So we might as well follow up with that. So what is that? That is, you have a specific problem going on in your campaign, not a viewer suggestion or question.
We love getting those too. Yeah.
We accept those
Yeah.
too, but this is something. These are something different because we give them priority, because it's like, oh, we're going to be gaming, whenever, and I have a problem I need you guys to help me with
Right now.
Yeah, and we love doing these. They're a lot of fun for us, coming up with we each usually come up with a different solution to the problem, and then you go to the comments and you realize there's like 500 more solutions. Like, the solutions never stop coming. Like,
Your solutions have solutions.
yeah, like you can't even write your material because you spend so much time reading the solutions. The game night comes, you have nothing prepared.
Yeah.
But you have all this stuff floating around in your head.
And then the GM
You know how to solve that problem.
we get the GM 911 and it's like, I can't stop reading GM 911s, therefore I can't write game material.
Yeah.
How do it help me, Nerdarchy?
Yeah, see, that one wouldn't actually be a GM 911 because that's not a specific problem in your campaign.
Yeah, it is. Cause
That's a
you don't
life
have
problem.
material. Yeah.
That's a specific problem in your life.
intervention. You need a YouTube. Then at that point, you have to click on subscribe. Yeah.
Well, no, that's where you go over to the new series we just started and follow
The what to work on?
No, the hook.
Oh, there you go.
Hooked on Adventures.
Hook. Who wants the hook?
Yeah.
Hook.
That's
Give
it.
them
We
the hook.
started a series.
Yeah.
With the work on. No.
Hooked on Adventures.
Hooks on Adventures or something.
Something like that.
I don't know. We're nerds. We talk about nerdy shit.
There you go.
You'll see it when it goes up. So there's that. Conventions. You guys want to see us at conventions. We don't do enough conventions, and we want to do more conventions. But the best way to get us to a convention is the convention wants us there. We need to feel loved and wanted,
Nurtured, perhaps.
warm and fuzzy
Nuzzled.
inside.
Yeah, nuzzled.
We want to feel like true YouTube celebrities.
If we could feel like Tarzan being raised by apes, like nuzzling up to the furry bosom of a gorilla. Something like that, along those lines. They're just saying, like, it doesn't exactly have to happen that way, but if it happened that way, it'd be pretty cool.
I'm a little worried about him now.
Yeah.
But speaking of
And his ape fetish.
Yeah.
But speaking of conventions, if you happen to be going to the Steampunk World's Fair next weekend, I believe it's in Piscataway, look for yours truly. I'm going to be there. I'm not doing any kind of panel or any of that kind of stuff, but I will be there as an attendee. So,
Concardia cards?
indeed, I will have Concordia cards. You can go to just look up Concordia, and you can find information about that. It's a collectible card game that you get at cons. And I will have a Nerdarchy card that I give away, but you have to find me and you have to ask for it.
You have to find him and tackle him and search him.
You know, find him and shove him into a ball, a red and white ball, and like Nerdarchy, I choose you.
Why must you insist on me being tackled?
Just tackling. All
That's funny. And someone, please have someone film it for us.
Yeah, because dude, they look at this like a zillion YouTube views, like tackling shit.
Random
It's just
nerd
gonna
gets attacked.
Yeah. Oh, and so that Concordia, it's Concardia, so CON and then Cardia, like card IA.
Yep.
Concardia.
So it's a cool game. And like I said, we'll have cards.
So there's only one more thing to bring up, and I think Ryan should bring it up.
What? Oh yeah. So Easy Roller Dice, our friends over at Easy Roller Dice, who I also like post to their Instagram. They're coming into the home stretch now of their first ever Kickstarter campaign, where they have these cool metallic dice that have awesome, like brightly colored numbers, like they're really vibrant and cool looking. Like I wouldn't even know what set to get. There's so many cool ones, and the pricing's so good that you really don't have to decide. Like you can get like metal dice. If you buy the multiple quantities, it's like under $30 for a set of 7 metal dice, which is really cool and like pretty darn cheap. Or you could like go in with friends. But anyway, so their Kickstarter ends May 9th, Monday, 2016. They've hit all their goals, are unlocked, all their stretch goals. So that means they have a range of several colors you'll get to choose from, and you just get to pick out of those. They maxed out at hitting a goal of $30,000 for their Kickstarter to unlock the last level, which was this vibrant electric blue. And so you just get to pick your color of dice. They look really sweet. And yeah, so you can check out the Kickstarter link in the description below.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's wrapping up real soon. So if you're going to get in on it, you should
You're
get
running
in
out
on
of time.
it. Yeah, it's TikTok.
Yep.
All right, over on Nerdarchy.com, we have World of Darkness.
World of Donkeys. I would play that RPG. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing but Donkey from Shrek.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah.
Dating dragons. It's a class.
Well, the baby dragons, like the in the sequel, there was all the donkey dragons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely there was.
Dronkies.
Drunkies. Yeah.
Dronkies.
They exist in the dragon realms in our world. Drunkies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
Well,
canon.
if there's Dranthers, why can't there be Drunkies?
Yeah, Drogers. Like just you put draw in front of whatever. Like yeah.
Yeah, well, it's when a Dvorse and a drool get together, you get a Dronky. Really, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So World of Darkness, Monster Mash, our man Nerdarchy Nubs, which you can find him on the PS4 network, and he's playing a bunch of games over there, and he's set up like a Nerdarchy channel or whatever. So if you guys want to go hang out with him and play some games, don't play up. Instead of playing with yourself, play with Nubs.
Yeah, play with Nubs. Or maybe you call yourself Nubs. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Well, his hand was almost bitten off by a direwolf, but they just got the fingers instead.
Yeah.
We have Tales from the Silver Gryff Inn, Sprite Strikers. This is an ongoing series from Scott Garibay. We have Blast from the Past, Spaceward Ho. I never knew about Spaceward Ho, to be honest with you.
I played it in college, and I got to say, after reading the article, I've spent a little bit of time playing the game.
Oh, they brought you. You thought you were out, but they brought you back in. Yeah, I never know what we're going to get from Ty.
Yeah.
It's a surprise every week.
It's
I
like
love
the
it.
That's a great surprise.
No, that's what I mean. I love it.
The box of chocolates, like Forrest Gump sort of thing.
Dungeon Crate, Micronauts, nerdy dating sites. Although my wife does not approve of nerdy dating sites.
Yeah. So she's really hindering your dating, man. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, this marriage thing's for suckers.
What are you going to do?
Crimp your style.
I'm very excited about the next one because it's the first in a new series, Chickening Out of the box D&D encounters #1, and that is from
Mike Gould.
Mike Gould. He's recently started. He had an idea for a series he wanted to do for us, and I'm so glad he did. So it's like if you need an idea for something in your game, like he's basically put together a complete encounter for you with all kinds of cool ideas and options.
I read that as I put it up, It was fantastic. I love it.
And you know, not only
you're
that,
just gonna steal it for your game, and like I'm not even writing material this week. I'm just gonna use this.
But not only that though, like anyone who's familiar with the comments on our YouTube channel, you've seen Mike Gould around a lot, and you know he always provides great value. So go check that out. Leave some comments. Tell him you want him to
Show
keep
the
doing
love.
it. Yeah,
Mike, thank you
love
so
all
much
that.
Thank you, Mike.
for this article and this series. You're a great addition to the website. Thank you so much.
So, just when we thought we were done with it, we got more players tip adding more class to your class, the Blood Hunter. That's not even in the PHP.
It's not in the player's handbook. Well, you know, we had some requests. They asked me to do it, so I'm like, you know what? You know, it's only a week since I said the series was wrapped up. So
And also too, like now there's also the what's the other Matt Mercer one? The gun. What's the
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger. You could also class the Gunslinger.
I could. I'd have to. I don't have that one just yet. I gotta read it first.
It's short. It's easy. Yeah.
You know, so,
But then there's the doing all the writing part of it.
Well,
which is that's some,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But so I got that as per viewer request to do that one. Blood Hunter's a great class, very very thematic, and why not add some more class to it?
And when you mentioned in the article you're talking about Matt Mercer as being like a legendary GM, a part of my thought process is like, what if we turn Matt Mercer
into a monster?
into a monster with legendary actions?
And
Yeah, I was saying like that would be pretty hilarious. Like basically create the Dungeon Master character for Matt Mercer.
Nice.
That could be pretty fun.
Maybe you'll have to dust off the old How to Speak Goblin and goblinize them.
Maybe could be doing that.
So over on the YouTubes, I'm just going to do the first one, and then I'm going to hand it over. And now, what is a Nerdarchy? Welcome to our RPG channel. So the reason why I wanted to mention this one before we hand it over is that the comments on that video actually made me a little emotional because what I asked in the Google Plus little blurb you get to say, and then on Twitter is, what does Nerdarchy mean to you guys? And I was like, I expected people to talk about our video series and the different things that we do.
But they ended up talking about community a lot.
Yeah, a lot was like community. You guys are like family. You guys are like friends that I want to game with, and like all this great stuff that that I wasn't really expecting. It was exactly what I was looking for, but it was definitely a pleasant surprise. And thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, and I feel the same way about a lot of you guys. We don't respond to the comments as much as we used to because we get so many of them. But early on, I used to respond to every single comment, and when I would see a commenter disappear and not leave comments anymore, it would affect me. Not so much it's like that they're not watching our videos or whatever.
We just missed like their contribution. Like when we were able, like there are certain people that we were able to pay more attention to because our followership at a point in time was small enough that we kind of noticed. And then like when you drop off, you're like, wonder what happened to people.
Yeah, are they still alive? Did they die?
Are they still watching but not commenting?
Did we do something that annoyed them or offended them? Like we always welcome feedback. Like how can we improve? How can we get better?
Right.
Kind of deal. But thank you guys for all the nice things you said. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it damaged my resist emotions ability plus 10.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing on our YouTube list was Magic the Gathering for 5e. We did a review of the Planeshift Zendikar, which was really awesome. We did Game Master Tips, the social contract for an RPG. We did a GM 911 on Cleric, Deity, and Divine Intervention problems. We did Solo Monster versus the Party as a GM 911. We did a video on May the 4th be with you. It's a 2-year anniversary for Nerdarchy. Woo woo! And then we did Rogue One Star Wars movie and the Star Wars tabletop RPG.
So real quick on those two things. One of those is using Rogue One as a backdrop for your Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars game, but the other one is the State of the Nerdarchy video Happy May the 4th be with you. If you guys want to see specifically what we're doing and us talking
For Patreon,
about, for Patreon, we covered that in that video as well. Or you can just go over to Patreon and look at the levels.
You can see that there, yep. And then, so we're going to continue on the YouTubes where you're watching this, with Narcoleptic D&D players or just plain Scaredy cats. Helpless in D&D doesn't mean auto-death. What does it mean to be a barbarian in D&D? Train tabletop role players or find players that are already into role playing. And then we also had a session 0 for a Shadowrun game powered by the Cypher system, and that is it.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.